There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited.
Welcome to Blood, Gore, and Ghouls Horror Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Ian Van Gogh. Have you guys checked out the Blood, Gore, and Ghouls Horror Movie Podcast merch yet? If not, head over to ghoulsquadshop.com. We have a couple designs to choose from. Grab yourself a hoodie, t-shirt, beanie, water bottle, or a coffee cup. Rock that merch while listening to your favorite podcast. Now, if you're not a part of our Facebook group, then what are you waiting for? We post there daily with podcast news, horror movie updates, horror movie memes, and other fun stuff. Go check it out at facebook.com/groups/BGG podcast. If you have any feedback, a horror movie review request, a topic that you want us to talk about, or if you even like to be a guest on a future episode, send us an email at bggpodcast@gmail.com. Now, we're currently working on a Patreon account as well, so that should be up and running by next week's episode. So stay tuned for more info on the Patreon. And last but not least, for all of our audio listeners out there, be sure to hit that follow button, download our weekly episodes, and give us a 5-star rating if you'd be so kind. Now, you may recognize my guest today from season 16 of The Voice, where he placed in the top 24. He's been my best friend for the past 20 years. He's a musician, an artist, one of the most talented people that I know, and I'm stoked to finally have him here in the studio. Please welcome my brother, Jimmy Mowery, to the show.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
I'm so fucking scared right now!
My nipples are very sensitive.
Yo, you're so cute.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, bud.
How'd you like that?
I love that. That was so good.
Woo, that took a while, but it was worth it.
That's what she said.
Yes, I think so. She said it the other day, actually. Well, what's up, man? How
Actually,
you
she
doing?
didn't say that.
It depends on who we're talking about. I'm sure someone somewhere said it.
Someone somewhere said
Yes,
that. Someone.
and it was a she.
Yeah.
So there we go. That takes care of that.
It works.
Yeah. Well, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. I'm better now.
Yeah,
I'm here with you.
that's right. It's like the stars are aligned. Everything's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But yeah, to I guess just give us a quick little rundown, a quick little bio of Jimmy Mowery for all those listeners and viewers out there who don't know who the fuck you are.
Oh, my.
What's your story?
So, when do we start? Started guitar at 13 and then started a band with you
That's right.
and our friend Derek and our friend Brian McPhee,
That's right.
wherever he is right now. And we did that for a couple years, I think. And then I had a band called Dropout High, and then that band changed its name to Like a Movie. We toured for about 5 years or so, signed to a little record label. And then when that didn't work out, nobody, wanted to live in their mom's attic or basement anymore. We broke up, and then what was it? Not long after that, try to get another band going called Wake the Coast, and then things lined up with Heather and I, and then she got a job offer down in Myrtle Beach, so then we moved down to Myrtle Beach. I was down there for 10 years, playing about 220 some shows a year, and at the same time trying out for all these singing shows, and then finally got on The Voice in 2019. And made it halfway through the show. And then since then, it's been, we sold our house, bought an RV, and have been touring around the country, all DIY. I think that kind of catches everything.
Yeah.
up.
You missed one very important part, though. For a year, we lived together.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Can't believe you forgot that. Best year of your life. Damn it.
It was. There's a lot of
best year of both
a lot of Four Loko and
Yeah.
beer pong and flip cup and playing loud music.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it was quite the year. But yeah, no, you've been doing your thing, your music journey for a very long time. And I just want to say I'm proud of you. I know you're not
Thanks, buddy.
where you want to be on the level of fame yet, but you've been killing it. You continue to kill it. And yeah, like I said, I just wanted to have you on here because first of all, you're my best friend. Second of all, maybe we'll get you another listen or two at least.
Heck yeah.
Get you some introductions out there. So as far as some other questions here, so you're not a big horror movie fan, or you don't have time to watch movies. I should put it that way. Not that you don't like horror movies, but
Yes.
what would be if you had to choose? What would be your favorite horror movie?
This is a good question. I know I'm looking around at all your stuff. I'm
yeah. There's
off
options.
the top of my head.
Need some like Jeopardy music.
I know.
It's a tough choice.
Damn, it is. This is tough.
It is.
Man, maybe I'll go with like House of a Thousand Corpses.
There we go. I think we watched that together for the first time.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. That's a good one though. It's one of my favorites as well.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
feel like that was a pretty big game changer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. And it fits in. It's a Rob Zombie movie. Fits in with the topic of tonight. Look at that.
Yeah.
Boom. So what's your favorite band of all time?
That one's easier. That's Blink-182, of
There
course.
we go. Good choice. What's your favorite current band?
Favorite current band.
Or music artist? Whatever. Musician? DJ?
I just found this band called 408 that that's the first thing that came to mind. But they're like a super catchy, like pop punk band.
That's what we listened to the other night, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, I never heard of them before. So, yeah, there we go. 408. Yeah, I should preface that when you're in town and you have shows locally on my days off, I'll usually roll with you. So, yeah, you had a show about an hour and a half or so away the other night. And little did we know there was going to be a massive fucking snowstorm.
Yeah.
As we got about halfway there. So, yeah, that was a fun trip. It did turn out it was a decent crowd though.
Yeah.
For being a fucking snowstorm, but
Yeah, that would have sucked to be alone.
yeah, that's what I'm here for, bud.
Yeah.
I got you. So let's say you become a rock star. You hit the infamous status. What genre are you playing? Because you can do it all. But what would be your genre of choice?
Of choice, definitely staying in like the pop punk world, the pop or even pop rock, I guess, if you could call it that, decide, but it would be in that world. But sometimes you're almost at the mercy of whatever ends up working, whatever door ends up working.
That's why I figured I'd ask what your choice would be.
That would be my choice.
Because like I said, you can do it all. From
buddy.
Country to rock to I've even had you scream before, years and years ago. You never liked it, but you did it. So yeah, you can do it all. So yeah, our final question here. So you're in a horror movie. What's your horror theme song? Either you're being chased or you're kicking ass in a horror montage. What would be one song that would play over that scene? I'm here for the tough questions.
I know. I like them. Let's see. Oh, even though it was in Transformers, I think it'd be sweet to have damn it. Hold on here. Pretty Handsome Awkward from The Used would be.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good riff. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see that. Hell yeah, for your horror movie montage.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm into it. Fun fact: 13 years ago today. Well, actually, yesterday, but regardless, 13 years ago, we went to see Avenged Sevenfold, Stone Sour, and Hollywood Undead. It popped up on my memories today on Facebook. 13 years ago.
13 years
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah. And what's funny, like the one thing that's always stuck with me outside of like the actual performances was us rolling up to the show and you going, everyone's so angry here. I never forgot you saying that. But yeah. Yeah, 13 years ago. So yeah, it's very fitting to have you on right now for this show.
Yeah.
So
That's a good show. I remember specifically, for some reason, I'm picturing us like getting out of that parking garage for some reason. I don't know.
oh, we sat in the parking garage for hours.
That's why. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we literally the picture that popped up was I took a picture of us sitting in the car after the show because we just waited for hours to get out of that fucking parking garage.
Where did we go see that?
Reading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was Avenged Sevenfold's first show with their. He's not in the band now, but like their official drummer after the Rev died.
Yeah.
Aaron, I forget his last name, but I know his first name was Aaron. But yeah, I remember the show. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Really good. But yeah, 13 years ago. Here we are.
Damn.
Yep. But yeah, so all that leading into there's not really any horror movie news this week, so we're just going to skip right to.
And now, our feature presentation.
So tonight, we're talking about horror rock songs. So rock songs and horror movies, bands that have been inspired by horror movies, pretty much anything that has to do with horror movies and music. So I figured that would be a fitting topic, given your career and background, where we could just, talk about bands and horror movies.
I like it.
Right?
Yeah.
So, actually, I came across this documentary today on Screenbox called The History of Metal and Horror, which was also just kind of ironic that we had already planned this episode today, and then I just came across that documentary. It was pretty cool, but it gave like a lot of like, the kind of background on big bands from 70s, 80s, 90s, so most of which I already had on my list, but I'll just give a kind of rundown of bands that have been inspired by horror movies or took some kind of element from horror movies. So obviously, like the first one was kind of kickstarted everything was Black Sabbath. So they took their name from the movie, starring Bela Lugosi. I don't think musically they probably didn't. I don't think they really sung about much horror movie stuff that I can think of at least. But the name itself, and then of course Ozzy once he went solo, definitely took more inspiration from stuff like that. Your other probably all-time favorite band, Kiss, especially the Demon, Gene Simmons,
right?
He's appeared in a horror movie or two in his day. Alice Cooper, which is no surprise.
Yeah.
Very horror inspired. The Misfits, again, no surprise. The Ramones, who we will talk about a song or two of theirs later on, but they were big horror movie fans. Iron Maiden, obviously, with their mascot of Eddie. White Zombie, which then led into Rob Zombie, which obviously huge horror fan. Sings about it, lives it. Very not much of a surprise there. Metallica, mainly Kirk Hammett. He's a huge horror movie fan. Like all his guitars usually he has like the old Universal monsters on them, like the Mummy and Dracula, a few others.
Okay.
So no surprise there. Gore, which is one band. I guess they're still going on because the lead singer passed away, but I think there's a new lead singer. But it's like one that I want to see live, but I don't. Like I don't want to be in the front. I don't want to be in the
Right.
blood splatter.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it would be really entertaining.
Right. I
Like
mean, it's-
just their show.
Right.
And I'm not even like a huge fan of their music, but it'd be fun to see.
Yeah.
And definitely very horror inspired. One that I didn't know what this title was referencing to until I watched this documentary, but Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power. I always thought it was just like a tough guy thing. It's from The Exorcist.
Oh, okay.
Reagan says it when she's possessed, and they ask her to what is the scene? I think she like pulls out the bedside drawer, like the bedside table drawer, and the priest like closes it, and he's like, "Do it again," and she's like, "That would be a far too vulgar display of power."
Huh.
Yeah, I never put two and two together until, like I said, until the documentary, and the I can't remember his name, but one of the dudes from Pantera was like, "Yeah, we took it straight from that," and I was like, "Hell yeah!" Like, okay, more horror movie fans. Another, no surprise at all, Marilyn Manson, very horror inspired. Slipknot,
Mm-hmm.
mainly Corey Taylor, but I mean the whole band with the mask and everything. Fozzy, Chris Jericho.
Oh yeah.
He's all about horror movies, and he's been in a few himself as well.
Huh.
Ghost, one of my favorite bands of all time. Definitely horror inspired. Going along with that, another favorite, Ice Nine Kills, who were not in that documentary at all. Like they're literally a band that sings about horror movies, and they were not in that documentary. I was very upset. And then one that I discovered from the documentary called Butcher Babies. It's a like 2 female fronted metal band. So I checked out like 1 or 2 of their songs, and I'm gonna check into some more. But yeah, I love female fronted metal bands. It's a pretty fun time.
Yeah. I don't know about them either.
Yeah, I never heard of them until the documentary. So again, that documentary is The History of Metal and Horror on Screambox. So anyone listening want to check it out, go do it. But yeah, I Googled too, because I mean we both obviously love pop punk. Blink-182 is both of our favorite our all-time favorite band. And I feel like there's more songs, more bands that sing about horror stuff in pop punk. But when I Googled it, literally nothing came up except for My Chemical Romance. And it was a song from their first album. So I had to look it up on YouTube, because I was like, I don't know what it sounds like. And it's called Early Sunsets Over Monroeville. And it's about Dawn of the Dead. So I listened to it, and it's got to be like the last track on the album, because it's not acoustic, but it's like clean guitar, and just like the worst, not the worst vocals, but the worst like production of vocals.
Oh yeah.
And it's not a good song. Like it's very slow.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, you're gonna write a song about Dawn of the Dead, and it's gonna be slow.
Oh,
What you got?
I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot of like ADHD moments here.
That's fine.
AFI.
AFI, yeah,
I mean, they have like that All Hallows Eve EP.
they do.
So I would think
Yeah,
they'd be-
you're right. Yeah, there's yeah, AFI. You're right.
They have a song called Halloween.
That's a Misfits cover.
Oh, duh. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, the only thing I could find outside of that was the like the Nightmare Before Christmas, like revisited, wherever that one is, where they had like actual bands cover the songs.
Yeah.
So like I think Panic did one of the songs, Rise Against.
Yeah. I remember that.
There's a couple of like kind of pop punk type bands that are on that, but as far as actually like writing their own, there's not much out there that I could find, at least on like a 20-minute Google search. But I feel like there's more out there. So I don't know. Anyone listening or watching, if you know any pop punk bands that wrote songs about horror movies, send us an email, bggpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know. But yeah, and then from that, music videos. So there's two that I found. Well, one I knew about already, but there was another one that I discovered today. So outside of like the bands that we already listed, there's a music video for 30 Seconds to Mars, The Kill, which is a reference to The Shining, like the music video itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's not the songs, but it's the videos. So that was The Shining, which I knew that one. Foo Fighters Everlong, which like I've listened to that song hundreds of times, and the song itself has nothing to do with the video, but the video, most of it is inspired by the Evil Dead. So it's like they're having like these dream sequences, and one of the band members has a dream that they're in the Evil Dead. So that's most of the video. And it was like one thing I would never have guessed, that like Foo Fighters made a video essentially about the Evil Dead.
I'm trying to remember if I saw that video. I always like when I think of Foo Fighters, I just think of learning to fly.
Yeah, on the plane.
Yeah,
like I remembered the video, like what it was like. I remember Dave Grohl's dream sequence. He's like the punk rocker, like he's got like the Liberty spikes, I think. But I did not remember at all about like an Evil Dead sequence. So I like pulled it up, and I was like, oh, okay. It's like they're in the cabin, and they've got like the door in the floor that like the Deadites in, and yeah. So I thought that was interesting, because like I said, like the song itself, I'm like wouldn't really think it was horror or anything.
Yeah,
but the video was was inspired by Evil Dead. So that was fun. So yeah, so the kind of main thing that I thought of whenever I came up with this topic was horror or songs, like, big songs that are in horror movies that like play throughout the movie or the credits or whatnot. So yeah, I put a list together of pretty much starting in like the 80s and going through here. It's pretty much all like big bands that we know and pretty popular horror movies. So we'll go through and see what that has to offer.
sweet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still like racking my brain of other. I feel like some reason I would think like CKY would be in there too.
Yeah. I mean, like Escape to Hellview. They're probably, I can't think of anything that's like directly like related to horror movies. But like, yeah, I mean their music would, it would be no surprise to be in a horror movie, but I can't think of anything like right off the bat that would be like in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Or horror inspired.
Guess I was just thinking of like what bands make me think of horror movies or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's good. Like, yeah, they definitely have horror vibes to them. But yeah, we'll have to look into that one. We'll save that for part 2, the sequel. So the first one here, for our horror song, or my God, I keep fucking it up. Rock songs and horror movies. There we go. So Alice Cooper, he's back. The Man Behind the Mask. Remember that song?
I do. I remember the name, and I know I would remember it if I heard it. But
yeah, I wanted to get like little clips of each one, but I can only run it for like 8 seconds before it like gets flagged, and there's quite a few. So I didn't do it.
Like before it ejects you from your seat through the roof.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened at like once or twice with like other bumpers for people previously, like before I made the actual bumpers. So yeah, I keep it to like 8 seconds or less. Yours, I went a little further because it's you. So if it gets flagged, I'm like, it's him. It's his song.
Yeah.
So
who do I tell to give permission?
Yeah. Who do I talk to about this?
Let me speak to the manager.
Yeah, right. Who's your boss? So yeah, Alice Cooper, The Man Behind the Mask from Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. I'm trying to think how it goes. Like he's back. The man behind the mask. That's all I know. But that's how it goes. So probably
Yeah, no, I would know it.
yeah.
I know. Yeah, I was saying I know that I would know it if I've heard it.
We'll look it up later. I'll remind you. The one of the most infamous in horror movies, Dawkins, Dream Warriors.
Okay.
From Nightmare on Elm Street 3, the Dream Warriors. Yeah, that one's probably like if you ask anyone, like any horror fan, what's one rock song from a horror movie? Probably at least 80% of them are going to say Dawkins, Dream Warriors. The Ramones, Pet Sematary. So they had, like I said, the Ramones were big horror fans, and Stephen King is a big Ramones fan. So he wanted them to write a song for the movie, and then he also put in Sheena as a punk rocker in the movie when Gage gets run over, or when the truck's on its way to run over Gage. But yeah, so Pet Sematary, another favorite of mine. Gerard McMahon, Cry Little Sister from the Lost Boys, which is such a good, like, the lyrics still freak me out. I don't know what exactly it's about, but like the song itself, like the music is so good. Do you remember that one?
Again, probably. I'm sure if I heard it.
It's like, cry little sister, thou shalt not. Something.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. But it's like the lyrics are like super fucking incesty. In something, whatever the incest whatever that is. I don't know. It's just I don't know. Yeah. Ancestry.com. Is that what it is? Is that the site?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I don't know if that's the way I always took it, because it's like, come to your brother. I should have looked up the words to it. I don't know. It's just like, it's got weird vibes to it, but I like the music for it is so good, and I love that choir sound in the background. So I don't know. I don't know what it's about, but it's from the Lost Boys, so some weird vampire relations going on. The next one's Motorhead, Hellraiser. That's from Hellraiser 3. Another really good song, because Lemmy. Rob Zombie, Living Dead Girl, from Bride of Chucky, which we just watched today. So Little Ghoul, she loves Chucky, as we all know, and we had we'd watched the first Child's Play, like, I don't know, 6 months ago or so, and we started the second one and we never finished it. So we finished Child's Play 2 last night, and we both agreed to skip part 3 because it sucks. And she wanted to see, she loves Tiffany. So once she was like, well, what's part 4? And I was like, it's Bride of Chucky. And she's like, yep, let's do that. So we started it last night, and then we finished it today. So she has officially watched Bride of Chucky now. And and yeah, the opening song to the movie is Living Dead Girl.
Nice. I feel like, when did Bride of Chucky come out?
98.
Yeah, that makes sense then. Because I was gonna say, for some reason that's one that I either saw in theaters or definitely like rented like as soon as it came out. I know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that movie. Like, it's not a great movie by movie standards, but it's so good. It's so iconic at this point. So good. Let's see. The Offspring, The Kids Aren't All Right, from The Faculty.
Ooh.
Which I think that might have been the first time I heard that song, was from that movie. And then I was like, what the fuck is this band?
Yeah.
And then, went from there. But yeah, that's still my favorite Offspring song.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. I think I could agree with that
So
one.
good. And The Faculty. Another, like, the movie itself is cool, but like, I just have such nostalgia for it.
Sexual and violent.
Yes. that started my love for Famke Janssen too. Like the teacher that She's the hell's her name? Jean Grey in the X-Men movies. But she's like the kind of like nerdy teacher in the beginning, and then once she becomes the whatever body snatcher chick, or she gets body snatched, giggity. She's like super sexy, and then she comes out to Zeke, which is Josh Hartnett, and she's trying to get some scat. Not that. Scat's the drug that he's selling. But yeah, she was like super sexy, and I was like, okay. And then I saw her in House on Haunted Hill, and I was like, okay. And then she was Jean Grey, and I was like, okay. And then she was at the Steel City Con, the last one. I saw her from afar. Still looks just as good.
And you were like, oh,
So it turned into Cardi B.
yeah.
Okay. I might have. You weren't there. You don't know.
I don't know, but I believe you do that.
Yeah, you're right. I definitely would do that in my spare time. So speaking of House on Haunted Hill, Marilyn Manson, Sweet Dreams.
Okay.
Yeah. The cover of Sweet Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is probably my favorite Marilyn Manson song as well. Which I'm not like a huge fan of Marilyn Manson, but that song I really enjoy. So
yeah, I'm down with that.
As well, he didn't sing, but him and the band did the main theme for Resident Evil, the first movie. Which like that theme is fucking fantastic. So there's that. Gary Jules, Mad World from Donnie Darko. Not necessarily a rock song, but it's a pretty good song.
Yeah.
Pretty powerful. Rob Zombie again, House of a Thousand Corpses, which there's numerous ones in that movie, but Pussy Liquor is the one that I always choose. Because that's the name of the place where they get the beer. Is Pussy Liquor, like liqueur?
How have I not? I guess it's been a while since I've watched it, but
yeah, baby, and the eldest brother that we don't really see much goes in to get alcohol and stuff.
yeah,
And there's like that big sloppy dude that works there.
yeah.
The hell's his name? Gary Ober, but his name tag says Goober. And so he tells her about the story of when they made the name tag for him, and they put 2 O's to make it Goober, but my real name's Jerry Ober, like G Ober. And she's like, good story, Goober.
Yeah.
And the soundbite is in the song, and it says, what the fuck does he say? Like, you something about getting fucked, doing fucked up shit, getting fucked up and doing fucked up shit. And
yeah.
And baby says, yeah, we like to get fucked up and do fucked up shit. And Goober is like, I like to get fucked up too. She's like, yeah, I bet you do. But that's my favorite part of the song is that sound clip. But yeah, there's like a song that Rob Zombie did, the House of a Thousand Corpses song. I don't think it's in the movie though. But then he did songs for like Devil's Rejects and shit too. Like all the songs for the movies are great. But I also like Rob Zombie, so it's great. One that I added the last minute here, Atreyu, Her Portrait in Black from Underworld, which I haven't seen that movie in forever. I didn't realize they were on the soundtrack, but they're apparently on the soundtrack.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know if the song's in the movie per se, but I added it because Atreyu. Because I feel like most of these are like the kind of like 80s, 90s, like stereotypical metal bands.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, Atreyu. Throw them in there. Metallica, For Whom the Bell Tolls from Zombieland. Still one of the best opening scenes because of that song. You familiar?
I want to say that I feel like I watched that with you. When?
Probably.
Okay.
Well, that was 2009.
Yeah, that would have been our
Was
like
that
around our apartment time.
was that our year? So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe.
Which also means that
We probably don't remember.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
true.
remember. I remember watching it, but I don't like remember the movie that much because I mean, I was definitely always drunk
Yeah.
at that time.
At that time, yeah. We've moved on. It happens. But yeah, the intro to the movie is For Whom the Bell Tolls, and it's just like essentially like the start of the zombie apocalypse. So it's just zombies fucking people up in like slow motion. But it's
Yeah.
like it's so perfect, like what's happening on screen with that song.
Yeah.
So it just works. In the last two for this list here are both Ghost. So Ghost plays Hunter's Moon in Halloween Kills, and then Stay in the end credits of Insidious: The Red Door, which is like the newest Insidious movie. Which I talked about before, but they play the song Stay and have Patrick Wilson, who's the actor from Insidious. And he's like a like I don't know, classically trained or some sort of trained singer, as well as being like a really good actor. So he does vocals in the song as well, and it's just like one of those like it just works, and it's just like a powerful song. But the two kind of full soundtracks that always come to mind, and we talked about one of these the other night, is Idle Hands. So I was hoping to find the fucking movie so we could watch it before this.
Yeah.
Still couldn't find it anywhere, unfortunately. Yeah. But yeah, Idle Hands is fantastic because it's a horror movie, it's comedy, it has The Offspring in it, and it has Tom DeLonge in it for like a split second. He does a little cameo as like the fast food kid in the drive-through. But yeah, the soundtrack, I didn't list the full soundtrack, but like the kind of big hitters from it are Blank, Enthused is on there, Offspring, Beheaded, Rob Zombie, Zombie,
Zombie?
Rob Zombie, Dragula remix, Zebrahead, Mind Trip, Static X, Push It.
Oh, yeah, you push it.
Yeah, that one. That's
Yeah.
it. Unwritten Law, Kalen. Yeah, Kalen. The Vandals, My Girlfriend's Dead, and Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil.
Nice.
Right? So, as far as a full soundtrack, one that always has stuck with me, because I love soundtracks. Both like the scores, like the horror movie scores, which could be like a whole other fucking episode of just different scores for horror movies, which are fantastic. But like the actual soundtracks where they have like the bands and everything. One that has always stuck with me, and I don't even like really 95% of these bands, but as a soundtrack, it is just perfect in my mind, and it's Scream 3. So it starts with Creed, What If.
That's a fucking banger. I don't care what
Right?
anybody
It
says
is.
about Creed.
It is.
That's a
Like they're like radio hits. No. But that song, so fucking good.
can't find the words in all my brain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been stuck in my head since I looked this up. And since we like started talking about what we're going to talk about. So yeah, it's just been the chorus is just running through my head this whole time. But yeah, so What If, Slipknot, Wait and Bleed, which is still like probably my favorite Slipknot song.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Finger 11, Suffocate. System of a Down, Spiders. Which is some of these I don't remember the actual song,
Yeah.
but like it just hits. Seven Dust, Fall. Godsmack, Time Bomb. Coal Chamber, Tyler song. Static X again, So Real. Incubus, Crowded Elevator. Fuel, Sunburn.
I love that song.
right? It's another one that slaps.
Yeah.
Power Man 5000, Get On, Get Off. Orgy,
Oh,
Dissentation. And Stained, Crawl.
nice.
Right?
That's funny that you said Scream 3, because for some reason when we started talking about this, Scream was what first came to mind whenever you said about like horror movie soundtracks. At least
Okay,
in my
yeah.
head was like, I was like, at least that's what I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, those soundtracks in those Scream movies were pretty sick.
Yeah. Yeah, but Scream 3 has always stood out. And like I looked up the other Scream movie soundtracks. Like the first one has like the ones that stand out from the movie. But overall as a soundtrack, like it wasn't that tier. Scream 2 was like, I don't really remember much of what was on that soundtrack. And then like the ones after, like 4, 5, and 6, there's like a song or two, but not really anything that that compares to Scream 3. Like that one, I don't know if it was just the time, like it just like it's to me, like just works.
Yeah.
But yeah, in my head, like that's like the go-to movie soundtrack. And like I said, I'm not even a fan of a lot of those bands, but the soundtrack itself just slaps.
Yeah. Maybe I had a soundtrack or something, because I feel like I had some kind of compilation with like all those bands on it. Makes me think of like the year 99 or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot from like around late 90s, early 2000s. Like there's Scream 3, Queen of the Damned, which was like another one I was trying to watch, because usually like depending on the episode topic, I'll like try to do some movie reviews leading up to it that incorporate like what we're going to talk about. None of which were any of these that I'd watched this week. But yeah, Queen of the Damned. I remember loving that movie when it came out. I haven't watched it in a while though, so I'm not sure. But like Lestat is a rock star, and it has Aaliyah,
Yeah.
as like the main vampire. But I know that one came out around there, and it had like that like kind of similar soundtrack. House on Haunted Hill, which had like I said, had the Manson Sweet Dreams. There was another one too that I was thinking of. But yeah, it was like those like late 90s, early 2000s. Even if it was like either the movie was good but it didn't have like a standout soundtrack, or it has a really good soundtrack and the movie's kind of meh. But I mean, Scream 3, I love the movie and the soundtrack, so.
Yeah, it felt like those movies at the time were like at least like portrayed as like really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like on how to like, or maybe that like time in general or something.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, because it's like I've thought about that too. Like it might have been just like the age we were at that time. That like, so it's more like a nostalgia type deal. So I'm like wondering if people who are like older than us, have a completely opposite opinion of it. We're like, yeah, that soundtrack sucks. That was terrible.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But it was just like we were like, junior high, high school, and just everything else going on in life, and kind of seeing these movies for the first time, and then all these bands that were not necessarily new but new to us, and like they were kind of I don't know, like I mean Slipknot, that was kind of when like their first kind of when they hit big was like late 90s. What's the other one? I feel like Static X was like 90s, like late 90s, when they kind of started popping off. Incubus, like Fuel, Power Man 5000, Orgy had that one CD.
Yep. I had that CD, had that Power Man 5000 CD.
Yeah, I feel like everyone had that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I had it, if I owned it, but I knew everyone that everyone I knew had it. Like I distinctly remember that cover and everything.
Yeah. With their goggles and stuff.
Yeah,
Looking like Seth Green.
and Can't Hardly Wait. Yeah, absolutely. And then years later to find out that's Rob Zombie's brother. Blew my mind.
Oh, right.
Not Seth Green, but the.
They look so much alike.
I know, right? But the singer for Power Man 5000, and then Stained, like that fucking album. I don't know if it was their first album, but that's like their big hit album. Like when whatever. That album was awesome. I thought I had that album.
I was gonna say, yeah, I had that. I still have the habit of saying I had that CD, which I mean I did have that
Well,
CD.
yeah,
But yeah, that was the one with Mud Shovel was like the big,
yeah,
like the big quote unquote hit off of that.
yeah. I love that CD. And then everything fell apart after that.
Well, he just got a lot more sad.
It's got more sad.
He got a lot more sad after
He
that.
got sad. He changed genres.
Well, yeah, I mean, in the last like 10 years or so,
Yeah.
definitely changed genres. But, yeah, I still like their stuff after that, but it's just, yeah, it's real sad.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you what any songs that they've sung after that album.
Their biggest one was after that album.
Was it?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh, it's been a while. It has been a while.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
I forgot about that. Well, outside of that song,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you any other until you bring one up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that one."
Yeah. Oh man, damn it! There's so many.
So many
Actually,
hits
So many hits.
Really?
Actually. Yeah.
from Stained.
Yeah.
Damn it,
Like just in that little.
that's not on that CD.
Nope.
Huh.
Yeah, that's when they were. If they weren't quite as radio friendly on that first CD.
Yeah.
It had that like creepy clown looking guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Jester kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Then that next album had like. It's been a while. Oh, dude. My God. The song with Fred Durst, "The Outside." I'm on
What?
the outside. That was on that next CD.
Wow. All right. I guess I like Stained a little longer then. After
Yeah.
that, though, no. I'm drawing the line after that. I forgot all about that shit.
Cleaned up that Stained.
Yeah. Yep. What's
sorry.
that stain remover shit? Shout.
Yeah.
Shout. Hit him with the shout, now you turn country.
Yeah. And like outlaw country.
Is that what he is? Outlaw.
I guess it's like that I feel like it's that real almost like underground country.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I tried listening to a song or two. Not a fan.
Yeah, I haven't checked it. I have had people, of course, come up and request his stuff. I'm just like, I know some Stained.
Yeah, right? Sing the good stuff.
Yeah, like I know the shit like that everybody else in this room,
Right.
knows the words to.
Not that.
Damn it, that got me thinking of
Yeah, you have to go home and learn some now.
all the Stained songs.
All the Stained songs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was just that first album. Turns out I'm wrong. So Far Away.
oh yeah,
Well, let's see. There's Spotify. It's been a while. So Far Away, Outside, Mud Shovel, and then For You, which For You is from the same album as It's Been a While. Break the Cycle. That's what it was called.
yeah,
Dysfunction was the first one,
yeah.
which that's still the best, I think. I'm probably wrong, but I'd say that's probably the best.
It's real angry.
Yeah.
If I remember. I mean, at the time too. I mean, that's when we were buying CDs, and then we would listen to like one song on some of them.
Oh yeah, I know, right? The days
Like-
before digital, where yeah, you heard one song and you had to hope for the best.
Yeah.
If you were paying $15 at least for a CD,
Yeah.
and then yeah, you get home, pop that bad boy in the CD player. It sucks. So pissed.
Yeah.
So pissed.
I know. Just made me think of the other big single on just made me think of that Orgy CD because I had that. So aside from their cover of Blue Monday,
Mm-hmm.
the only other single off that was that Stitches song. That song, looking back, was a pretty sweet song.
Yeah, I need to check out that CD again. So honestly, Blue Monday is the only song I can remember from Orgy. Even though I know there's been other ones that I would probably recognize. But yeah.
Those are the only two I remember. Was Blue Monday, and then it was called Stitches.
Yeah. That's the first two songs on Spotify. That must be all that
it's
anyone
like,
remembers.
Tie yourself to me, stitch up my. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I don't have to listen to it someday. Candy ass. They're going back on tour and playing that whole album.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm considering spending $12 to hear him play Blue Monday.
I'd pay $12 for that.
It's not going to be $12.
No. No.
I wish.
The days of going to the Crow Bar.
Yeah, right? Meeting Tony Lovato outside.
Yeah. And paying like $12
Paying
for a
like
ticket.
$12, yeah.
Yep.
Days are gone.
No, I feel like I did that for starting line like a couple times. It was like 12 or $14 for a ticket, and
Yeah. Well,
Fall
even-
Out Boy.
Yeah. Even like fucking Warped Tour was like $30.
Yeah. Yep. Now it's called When We Were Young, kids.
Yeah.
It cost $1 million.
I was going to say you paid what? Like hundreds of dollars for that. Fucking ridiculous.
Yep. For the same thing.
Wow.
It was really hot.
It's really, yeah. The Vegas sun beating down on you.
Beating me. Beating me red.
Yeah. Woo. There was a joke there, but I lost it.
Lobster.
Yep. Rock lobster.
This was a story thought would fit in here. Talking about this stuff, at least to give myself a little bit of street cred for this, for talking about horror stuff. I remember going, and I feel like this was before I met you, but going to the movies to see Jason X.
Oh.
But I wasn't 17 yet, and it was an R-rated movie. So we bought tickets to Scorpion King.
Oh.
and went in, like walked down the hall, and then went and sat in Jason X.
Yeah.
And like 5 to 10 minutes into the movie, I don't know if like this kid that was what are they called?
Like ushers?
Yeah. Yeah, he was like Usher, just not good at dancing or anything like that.
Yeah.
But he came down, shined his little flashlight on us,
Oh.
and he was like, "Let me see your tickets."
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're like, kidding me?
Right.
He like looks, and he goes, "This isn't Scorpion King. Get the hell out of here," or something like that, and kicked us out of the movie theater altogether.
Huh.
It's like, why couldn't you just usher us to the
Yeah, back to Scorpion
back
King.
to Scorpion King? Yeah. No, we got kicked out of the
Wow.
movie theater.
I don't think I ever did that, but I heard stories about people doing it all the time. You're the one that gets busted.
I'm the one that gets caught. Heather always says, she's just like, yeah, you're the bad kid. Like,
You're the bad kid.
I was like, a lot worse kids
Oh yeah.
than me.
Yeah.
I would say we were ornery.
Yeah, we were ornery.
Yeah.
We never did anything like illegal per se. But yeah, we were ornery.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like probably hitting all the cars that we did might have been illegal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worry about the karma all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I mean, we definitely did fucked up shit, but compared to like, what other kids were doing our age.
drugs.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we didn't mess with those.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
It's good. Yeah. No, this is where the one time that I'm glad that the kids are too busy on their phones and iPads these days, because otherwise I feel like we'd be getting a bunch of shit thrown at our cars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't imagine just driving down the road now and just something hits my car.
Just a bag of shit.
Yeah. Or snowballs.
Literally.
Yeah. That was fucked up.
Yeah. Like, oh man.
I don't know whose idea
just
that was.
Explaining stuff to people sometimes, like, just like, yeah, just pooped in a bag.
Yeah. I blame the movies.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I think
It's
it was
definitely the movies.
Yeah.
When in doubt, blame the movies.
We were influenced by the movies. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And Jackass.
Our fragile little minds. Yeah, Jackass for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of stupid shit we did because of that.
When's the last time you tried to kick your own head?
Whew. I couldn't make it very far. It's been a while. Probably 20 years.
Been 20 years since you kicked your...
Since I kicked myself in the head. Because I saw it on Jackass.
Yeah.
I had to try it.
Yeah.
Well, shit happens. Live and learn. But I mean, at least no one got hurt in our shenanigans. Besides ourselves, maybe, but.
Yeah. And not like lifetime injuries or anything like that.
No, nothing like that. We were just dumb kids.
Just a couple dumb kids.
Just a couple dumb kids doing dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
Smash. But yeah, that's all I got for horror rock songs and rock horror stuff. Whatever that shit is I'm trying to say. What other stories you got? Anything else?
I know that I have stuff that's floating around up there. Kind of back to favorite horror stuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Show, definitely Stranger Things for me. Does that get? I know it's kind of sci-fi.
No, I mean, it's definitely horror.
Yeah,
like hardcore horror influenced.
Yeah, but yeah, that show makes my heart so happy.
Yeah, it's another kind of like nostalgia type deal that works.
Yeah, even though it's like technically it's like before our time.
Yeah,
timeline wise,
right?
Like being like early to mid 80s, but yeah, I love it. That's what I was trying to think earlier when I said House of a Thousand Corpses. I feel like I want to say something like 80s and campy, just because I love that vibe so much. My favorite.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, because so as far as being a fan and everything, like I do remember that as a kid, specifically, those were the movies that I always went to out of everything. As far as like
campy 80s stuff.
It like Blockbuster
and
stuff like that.
It had the best covers.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's what it was, but I remember always wanting to like rent horror movies. Like, it's like now I want to go back and watch all these, but like all like the Leprechaun stuff. I remember
Mhm.
always like picking those up and like checking them out. What was the Killer Space Clowns one?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes.
That has my favorite movie song in it. It's the Dickies that do the Killer Clowns like theme song. It's my favorite guitar riff ever. So good. But yeah, Killer Clowns is great. I love Killer Clowns.
Is it called The Dentist?
The Dentist. Yeah. I think I want to say Malcolm McDowell is in that. The Dentist. There's definitely a horror movie called The Dentist.
Yeah.
Now I got to see if I'm right.
Yeah, these are all coming back to me. And I remember this was all for you folks probably our age and older, but this was in Farmore.
Oh yeah, Farmore.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, that's where I remember like looking at all these movies. Like it wasn't even like a blockbuster.
I remember that movie section.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Dentist. I was wrong about Malcolm McDowell. The Dentist was from '96.
Really?
Yeah. Which Leprechaun was from '93. Leprechaun was '90s as well, but it had like that '80s vibe to it. I don't know why I thought that he was in that. But yeah, The Dentist. There were two that I watched this past week. That were like metal horror movies. Neither of which I had watched before, so they were first time watches. So the first one was Hard Rock Nightmare. And I'm trying to pull up my my info here, but Hard Rock Nightmare was it has like the coolest intro scene. It's like black and white, and this little kid, and like his like weird ass grandpa is telling him about vampires and like trying to scare him, and he's like saying he's a vampire. So the kid fucking stakes him in the heart. That's how the movie opens. So he kills his grandpa, and then so it cuts to like, I don't know, he's like a high school kid. So like, I don't know, 10 years later, some shit. And he's like a front man for a band. Not a successful one, but like a garage band. But they go to like he inherits the cottage or whatever from his grandparents. And he has like this weird ass uncle who like is his caretaker. So they go to the cottage for the weekend because they keep getting the cops called on them for noise complaints. So we know about that shit.
We know that, yeah.
So yeah, they go to this cottage, and then there's like a werewolf that is out there, and the kid is like convinced that it's his grandpa back from the dead. And then it ends very Scooby-Doo like it's a dude in a suit. Like it's the whole movie was so bad. But that one had like the band. So like there's like the singer, like the main character. There's the guitarist, which he may have known how to play. Like, you know how like watching a band like in a movie, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So like the guitar player, he wasn't too bad. But the drummer, like he didn't move, like he moved like his forearms, but that was it. And then he kept what do you call that? With the
Like
with the stick.
Stick twirls.
Yeah, like twirling the stick. That's like all he did. He would like hit, twirl, hit. But he didn't move his arms at all. It was just like his forearms. I was like, this is so fucking bad. So yeah, that was Hard Rock Nightmare. And then Black Roses was the other one from like 1989, I think. But that was definitely like the idea from like the Satanic Panic type shit of like the 80s when fucking Tipper Gore was freaking out about heavy metal and all that. Like they definitely like got the idea from that, because it's this band that's like comes to this small town to start their tour, and all the parents freak out because of like Satan. And it ends up being that the band is like a bunch of demons that like turn all their fans like into like these weird fucking monsters and shit. The movie sucked,
Sweet.
but like there was some parts that were pretty funny. But it was one of those like kind of late 80s. All the adults were super creepy, like not in like the fun horror way.
Yeah.
Like super like creepy.
Yeah.
And then but all the students, quote unquote, were like 30 years old. I think like the main actor was like 28 when he was playing this role.
Yeah.
And it's very clear like this dude's definitely not in high school. But yeah, it was one of those. But yeah, there was some fun like makeup effects and shit, but yeah, not the best when it comes to heavy metal horror movies. That's for sure. But it was definitely in like that 80s like super campy category, so I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah. And okay, even though this is sort of a kids movie, but I was obsessed with Little Monsters as a kid. I watched that movie like 100 times.
Oh yeah.
I know we did talk about that the one night. Cuz I was saying about like the main monster being weird, you know. But then you did bring up you call him like Little Boy or something like that. Like the ultimate bad guy in it. Like there's like the main bad guy.
Oh,
with the horns, but then
what the hell? Yeah, it might have been Little Boy. I forgot. Yeah, we did talk about that.
then you were like, but look at him where it shows his like peeled off face or whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of like Gremlins. It's like kind of like a it's kind of horror adjacent. It's like a kind of like stepping stone in horror.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I definitely appreciate those ones too. Which I mean, they still make movies like that, like not like that, but the kind of intro to horror type stuff. Yeah, boy, I guess is his name. That's the bad guy.
Just boy.
Boy, fucking Howie Mandel.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Bobby's World. Look at him now, out there judging people. Because he's a judge on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
That's why I said that. He's out there judging people. Just in case you missed the joke.
Yep. He's out judging.
They're judging. Yep. So what's in store for you? What do you got coming up?
Just a lot of East Coast travel coming up here.
What's this new thing that I see all over Facebook
Oh, so
that you didn't mention to me ever?
yeah, so I'm like working with this program called Reach and Teach. They're basically like a program that's like 6 weeks long that they'll like come to your school, like high school, and they kind of like teaches kids like how to set up a show from like the ground up, like everything from like marketing, like posters, then things like podcasting, social media, of course, and all that stuff. And then as far as like showing them how like stage gets set up, sound, lights, all that. And then like I'm one of the like artists on their roster, and the newer project like called Jimmy Mowery and the Scratch Team was actually like their idea. His name is Cam. He fronts a band called Velcro Pygmies, which is like a cool like hair band.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, no, they're awesome. So he is one of the main people that runs this, and he Jackson plays drums with them sometimes. And then DJ Prime does a lot of their shows too. So it was kind of his idea. He's like, I got this idea. He's like, how would you feel about like you, a live drummer, and a DJ? Do you think that's something like you guys could all make work? He's like, that way we could cover like all the bases with these students as far as like genres and stuff. So, because like everybody we have is like they're either like a country artist, a hip hop artist, Velcro Pygmies play all like classic like rock, big like anthem rock songs. He's like, but we think it'd be cool to have somebody that could kind of just do a little bit of everything. So he kind of threw out this idea, and the three of us were like, yeah, that sounds cool. So, yeah, it's not really like off the ground or anything yet, but we're trying to do it some outside of this reach and teach thing too. So
Hell yeah.
but it should be fun.
It looked fun. Like the little video, like the video that you put up for it.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it could be really fucking cool.
Yeah. The this guy Dustin does all the videography stuff for Reach and Teach. And that's kind of like his specialty. He's just really good in general at making like everything. It's all not to say fake it till you make it and all that, but like in smoke and mirrors and stuff like that. But
Right.
yeah, he's really good.
That's what everything is now, right?
Yeah.
Social media.
Right, exactly. But yeah, like he did an awesome job with that, like splicing everything, putting it all together and making it look big. But yeah, those Reach and Teach shows are awesome. Like, because there's the only shows almost in my life right now that actually feel like a show, like that we remember, like all the kids packing up against the stage, like they're there completely focused on seeing a show, as opposed to like, when I'm in a corner of a bar and people are trying to eat their food and stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, hell yeah, I'm stoked for that. It's an awesome idea. And yeah, having like you who can do everything, having a DJ and a drummer, like a live drummer, like really that's all you need. Like that could be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm mostly pumped because I'm not like, especially on stage. I was just talking to someone, this other singer girl about this, but just like, it's like, put us on stage and like, we'll sing like all day. And that's fine. It's like all the in between, like banter and talking and stuff like that, that still to this day, like just feels like public speaking to me. I'm like, like I said, I feel like Ricky Bobby. I'm like, I don't know, dude, with my hands. I still just feel awkward as shit, just trying to like talk on stage for some reason. So yeah, that's the main thing I was talking about was having DJ Prime. That guy that's what he does.
Oh yeah, he's got the energy.
Yeah. He's energy for days and just really good at talking and hyping up crowds and stuff like that.
Oh
so
yeah.
Fills in the gaps.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sometimes you need a little hype man.
Right.
For sure. Hell yeah. Well, where can the kids find you at?
Oh, on the Instagrams, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Thankfully, nobody else has the same name, at least that plays music. And so it's all at Jimmy Mowery, Mowery. I always have to spell it just to be safe.
Yeah, they still fuck it up.
Yep. Almost every place that I play.
It's always it brings joy to my heart.
I'm glad.
Not, I know it sucks for you, but it's just like, I don't know why. It just brings joy to my heart because I know I know how shitty it is, but at the same time, it's just like oh, they did it again type deal.
Oops, they did it again. Yeah. I think someday I'm gonna have enough footage to make a whole like big montage
You should, yeah.
of it.
See?
Yeah, like I'm actually interested to. I have a check from my show yesterday that I haven't even opened. So now thinking about it, I'm slightly nervous.
How does that work? I didn't even think about that. Yeah, like getting paid and shit.
That's the main time. Well, there's two main times whenever I deal with it. One is on these fucking marquees. Like,
Right.
I always take videos or pictures of it, like where they have it spelled wrong on their marquee, or on their chalkboard.
Yeah. See, that's what, like the marquee. Yeah, I don't want that. It's more like the joy that I get is when it's like a chalkboard, like it's some like little little bar or whatever.
Yeah.
So like that's where the joy comes. I don't want it to be like real big anywhere.
Oh yeah.
That still happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah.
I just want to specify. I don't want it on a big range.
It is funny. It's still funny on.
I just don't understand how they fuck it up. Like it's little like your name's everywhere, like social media. It's all over the place. How do you fuck it up?
Well, that's the thing. It's like whenever you book it, it's in front of your face. Like I know for me, like I even like I'll read over my text to make sure I don't spell shit wrong.
Right.
Like let alone if I'm gonna put an artist's name on a marquee or something, like I'm gonna look at my phone and like make sure like, okay.
Well, yeah, you would think, yeah.
You know, that's kind of would come with it. But yeah, a lot of times I have had some shitty situations with checks where like if they spell it completely like Mall, like Jimmy Mowery.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I'm
Wow.
like shit. And I have to go back to the venue or have them resend a check or something because sometimes like if it's like MOWREY or MOWRY, I can just kind of like use a pen and fix it on the check.
Yeah.
And banks don't usually say anything. But yeah, I have learned like they are weird about it if you go to like try to like cross it out and rewrite it. They're like, we can't accept this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
How do you fuck that up?
I don't know.
Ridiculous.
I mean, I get it. It like what it sounds like, but yeah, as far as what we have our phones these days, and everything, like I don't know.
Fucking people. So MOWERY.
Yep. Like a like a lawnmower with a Y on the end of it.
Mowery.
Yeah.
Jimmy Mowery.
That's what the telemarketers usually say. Hello, Mr. Mowery.
Mowery. Mower why? Because I gotta.
I was trying to think of something good there, but I got nothing.
Fresh out. All right. I'm going to let you get back to playing music. Stop being on my shitty podcast. But thank you for being on my shitty podcast.
Thanks for having me here. This is fun.
Yeah, right?
Because I like talking to you anyways.
Yeah. I figure we might as well record it
Yeah.
while we can.
We should have recorded it before we recorded it.
Yeah.
Well, most of that.
Yeah, most of it. That was just for us.
Oh, yeah. I guess
You
we
know?
do need.
We can't record the pillow talk, bud.
Yeah.
Can't do it. I'm sorry. I won't have it. I have morals. I won't record the pillow talk. But Jimmy Mowery, again, thank you, brother, for being here. All you kids out there listening and watching, if you don't know Jimmy Mowery, he's beautiful, obviously. Look at him. Fantastic musician. He plays it all. The little intro at the beginning of the show, that was his song, mixed with another song of his. But yeah, check him out. Spotify, Apple Music, all the audio places.
Yep. Deezer.
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 I was waiting for it.
Yeah. Anywhere you stream your music, it is on there.
Hell yeah. So yeah, check them out. I'll put all the links in the show notes as well, so you can find them anywhere and everywhere. Listen to his music, follow him, subscribe, send him love letters, whatever you need to do.
I like love letters.
Right? What's your favorite love letter?
L.
Mine was V.
Oh. Maybe I'll change it to
For
V.
very much in love.
Oh.
That's the only reason. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Getting back to pillow talk.
That's right. we have a whole other conversation after this. But everyone, thank you for watching, listening, all that you do. Make sure you tell your friends, your family, tell mom and dad, grandma and grandpa to check us out. We love all of you. But that'll do it for this week's episode of Blood, Gore, and Ghouls. Be sure to follow on all the social media. Again, all the links will be in the show notes, along with all of Jimmy's links as well. But until next week, I've been your host, Ian Van Gogh. You've been
Jimmy Mowery.
Woo! Have a ghoulish week and stay safe out there.
Don't let the ghosts and the ghouls disturb you.
There you go. That's it.